the final boss, Phobetor. I've done a few runs, and in this video right now, my goal is to try and reach 100 million total damage. So I've reached 30 million across all of the 3 bosses. Right now, I'm gonna try to push maybe 100 total million damage. It's pretty much the same team in the Dark Starlord. This is the team. You don't even need to run any sleep unit on this team, because if you apply disease debuff on Phobetor, Phobetor will do less damage on you. He's not gonna one-shot you, even if you push the score to like 20 plus million in one team. So with Embla, she has the disease debuff whenever you proc the corrupted seed. So you're gonna constantly apply the disease debuff. It's not gonna be a problem anymore. And what I'm trying in this one is I ran Haley on the Calamity set, and I ran Embla on the Thunder set. If I can't break like maybe 100 million damage, I'm gonna try to remove Embla from the Thunder set and maybe apply the Relief set. And also I did a few changes to my team. I'm running Chloe and also the Faltoon sisters in the team 1, so there's a little bit of less RNG that I need to rely on. My Chloe is on Calamity set, and I'm also running Donar because Donar actually does a lot of damage. I'll show you the run after this. And I'm using Sachiko to reduce the cooldown of Hilda, and I'm relying entirely on Hilda to apply the sleeps and defense break. My team 2, I've now put in Tever with the relief set, so I can do a lot more damage on the team 2. I think my team 2 can go up to a maximum of 12 million, if I'm not mistaken. And then team 3, it's pretty much the same team. Liam on a fast set, Haley on the Calamity, and this guy is on the crit damage, attack and speed. And lastly, Embla on the Thunder set. Yunchuan is going to be on the Harmony set. Let's go. I'll do like maybe 4 to 5 runs. If this doesn't work, I got the 36 million with the exact same stats. Yeah, it's super easy to get like above 20 million plus this time around, because you're not really relying on sleep anymore. Hilda sleep was what you wanted to rely on, but now you don't really need to rely on Hilda sleep anymore, because you have a lot of healing with the team. If you don't get one shot, you can pretty much sustain through all of incoming damage because of the amount of heals that Feng Shun does. Okay, yeah, so far 26 million, 29 million average. I did get the 36 million with this team. I will try to, yeah, if this one doesn't work, yeah, 32 million. Okay, I'm gonna try to remove Embla from the Thunder set. Alright, my relief set isn't the greatest. It's not even 100% crit rate. But I also forgot to mention, I did get Embla's Dividend right now, so she's doing a lot more damage. Yeah, let's see. And my Haley is still on the Calamity set. Okay. So far the range is almost the same, about 26 to 29 million. Come on, if I have to spend all 1000 Excess crystals to get 100 million, I'm gonna do it. Okay, 32.8, not bad, not bad. Come on. I need to break 100 million, so I need 2 more million on my total score. Come on, man. 30 million. Okay, we're doing pretty good so far. Okay, this one has a higher average. Come on. If this doesn't work, I'm gonna try to change the runes around and give Haley the relief set instead. Because if I give Haley the relief set, then I might be able to give Yunchuan the relief effect as well, which could be good. Okay, I made a few changes. Now Yunchuan is on the Thunder set. He has a lot of crit damage as well, 235%. And my Liam is now on the Harmony set. Let's see how this goes. So my Liam is not going to be taking as many turns as possible, which means my Embla is also not going to be pursuing as much. But now, okay, my Yunchuan should be doing a lot more damage than previously. Come on, I need 2 more million. 2 more million. Okay, this one has a higher average of score. So far, it's been hitting 30 million twice now. Come on. Oh, okay, 25 million. Come on. Dude. Okay, this one 19 million. What the hell? Okay, I still can't get it. I'm gonna try to swap the runes around. Okay, last change. Switch the Calamity set to Embla. It's not the best set, very low crit damage. And my Haley is now on the relief set. So hopefully with this change, once Haley can cast the S3 twice, my Yunchuan will get the effect and maybe he could pop off. Let's see. Please. I need 2 more million to get 100 million total. Okay. Come on, man. Yeah. That 36 million was a pretty crazy RNG. I don't know how I got it. And that was with the Thunder set on Haley. Oh! Did I get it? 100 million, let's go! Look at that. 37 million. Alright, 15 million Embla. What the hell? Alright, let's take a look at the run. Finally, man, we break through 100 million total damage. This time I'm going to show you the entire run because some players did ask for, you know, the whole breakdown of the entire team. With this team, I will rely entirely on Hilda to provide the sleep on the boss. And I have Donar right here. Donar is actually pretty good as a DPS. As you can see, he did a lot of DPS right there. And if you run Sachiko with him, his ability 2, it doesn't go down actually, but his ability 3, he can spam the ability 3 and reset his ability 2 passive. So he's gonna do a lot of damage. I'll show you the damage layout after this. I think he does about 2 million damage right here, and Chloe does about 2.5 million, and then Hilda does about 400,000. So this team can maybe go up to 4 million to maybe 5 million if I get lucky. 5 million is really pushing it because it doesn't really have that strong of a burst and not that many controls. I really have to rely on Hilda to provide to provide the sleeps and everything, and also the Fatum sisters to provide the AP down. And there's also a lack of defense break. Hilda only does the defense break on her S3. I did try to run the twins, but the twins didn't really do much anymore. They've kind of been power crept by most espers. Even though I have their divinates at like D6 and level 30, their damage isn't really up to par anymore. They're still pretty good for Sonica, but not so much for any of the other 2 bosses. They still provide a lot of utility to the team, crucial debuffs, but to run them you need both of them in the same team, and that's why they kind of fall off a bit when it comes to, you know, min-maxing. Also, this team lacks Seer debuff, which is very unfortunate. I did try to run Lu Yi in place of Donar. It didn't really work out too well. Lu Yi was outputting too much debuffs that I kind of pushed out the defense break debuff too fast, and missing a defense break is worse than missing a Seer debuff. That's why Lu Yi didn't quite work for me. Mateo would be like very good for this one. Okay, this team didn't. Okay, 5 million. That's not too bad. For this team to get like 5 million, it's not actually too bad. Because again, I don't really have that many bursts. Even though Chloe is a good burst, Donar is a good burst, but running 2 DPS at this point, it's not really enough to really push to high damage. And also this team, if I get really lucky, I think I've managed to get like 12 million once. My old team was running the dog Sander. So Sander on the relief set can provide more control to the boss, so the boss will have a higher likelihood of not going out of the sleep or, you know, getting a turn. But he wasn't really doing much damage compared to Tever on the relief set, and also if I don't run a Tever, then I'm missing the Seer debuff. And also Seer debuff is very important when it comes to these bosses because it's 25% additional free damage, right? If you're running Sander, then you're missing that 25% Seer damage, but you will have more controls to the boss. Again, Elaine is the best sleep unit that you can bring, because she has a 2-turn sleep on both of her skills, and also her S1 has a sleep as well. And if you run her with Anki Chai plus Sienna with the 3-turn attack buff, there's a higher chance that you will reduce her cooldown and spam her S3 and S2 multiple times in a row. And if you run Ocean Waves on her, that's also going to aid with the turn cycling of Elaine. You can pretty much lock down the boss. But sometimes when it goes to like really high scores, even though Elaine has 5 hits of 100% chance of sleep, the resistance I think goes above 100% once you get to like really high scores, because sometimes Elaine doesn't even land 1 stun on like 5 hits. I have a lot of AP erasure in this team. Okay, the boss did manage to get a turn because I think my Elaine didn't land a sleep or something, and this is the point where I think the resistance goes above 100%. It's very hard to apply sleeps on him anymore. Yeah, he got another turn. He's extremely fast as well. Elaine is dead, and this team got about 8 million, almost 8 million, 7 point something million. Not too bad, which means my third team managed to get 25 million on its own. That's kind of crazy. Again, no sleeps on this team. You will rely entirely on Embla's disease debuff. If you don't land the disease debuff, then you're kind of screwed. Because the boss, when he gets a buff, golden rim buff, he just starts to one-shot you. And the way that he gets that buff is when you don't apply disease debuff on him. And yeah, the reason why I tried to run Embla on the Calamity and Haley on the Thunder set in the first place is because this team doesn't really... there's only one boss, and Relief set I thought wasn't going to do much because there's not that many S1 spammer in this team. My Liam, whenever he S1, he will always call in Embla for assist, right? Which means that's one slot that the Relief set is not going to work on. And then my Yunchuan is going to work because he only has 2 skills, so his S3, whenever he casts his S3, he's only left with his S1, which means he's going to be spamming his S1 for 3 turns. So that's a Relief proc option right there, so that's good. But then Haley has 3 skills and she doesn't really spam her S1 that often. So I think that's the reason why I didn't go for Relief set in the first place. And also Fuxi, his pursuit doesn't really count towards relief procs, so it's not going to aid in Embla's relief proc, and he has 3 skills on a very low cooldown as well, so he's going to be cycling at S3, S2, S1, S1, so there's only 2 chances per cycle of Fuxi to proc Embla's relief set. But I think the reason why the relief set works on Haley instead of on Embla right now is because Haley's relief proc also helps the team pretty significantly, because this team lacks defense break unless it's Embla's S3. So whenever the boss gets to really high score and he gains a bunch of speed, the only way that you can consistently land the defense break is by applying the defense break through Haley's S1, right? Haley's S1 does defense break, and that's why I think, yeah, right there. That's why I think the relief set on Haley might be better than it is on Embla. Also, keep in mind, if you're running Haley and Embla, or Haley and Liam, then you want your Embla to be the highest attack in the team so that she can get the benefits of Haley and Liam at the start of the turn. If you have Yunchuan, I think Yunchuan's Divinate is kind of bugged right now. Even if you have like attack buff in your entire team, the Liam's buff will still go to Yunchuan even though your Yunchuan is not the highest attack in the team. It's a bit weird. So before you give your Yunchuan the Divinate, or if you already give it to him, then you're kind of out of luck. But if you haven't, then yeah, keep that in mind before giving it to him. I think it's bugged. Also, if I were to have like an R6 Embla, I don't think it would make that big of a difference over here than it is to DSL, Dark Starlord, I mean. Because in Dark Starlord, the hit count really matters a lot, but in this one, I don't think it matters that much because there's already a lot of hit counts in my team that Embla most of the time won't be attacking when there's already a corrupted seed on the boss. So right here, he just proc a corrupted seed, and the odds of her attacking onto that corrupted seed is, I think, pretty low. Yeah, see, my Fuxi ended up clearing the corrupted seed, and then Embla reapplied it again. So our 6 Embla versus our 2 Embla over in Phobetor and Sonica makes a difference, but it's not that much, I think. So this team has like everything. It cleans stuns from Fuxi's Far Journey effect, and Embla cleanse whenever your allies attack onto the corrupted seed, right? So any defense break will just go away, right? Like that. Everything is cleansable, stuns, sleeps, and I think the Phobetor does apply like stuns on you. Yeah, the S3 of Phobetor does apply stun, and also his S2 applies defense down, and his S1 also applies miss rate. Yeah, but with Embla and the corrupted seed, she can cleanse everything. If you guys didn't already know this, the Hayley, her defense break debuff and also the silver rim debuff that she provides, which is the molten hot, stacks additively, which means the boss right now has a 80% minus defense break defense on them. That's why we're doing a lot of damage. I think this team, for it to be better, no. Yeah, I think this team has pretty much everything. It has a speed up attack buff, crit damage buff from Fuxi. It has constant seer debuff from Yunchuan's follow up. It has defense break plus molten heart from Hayley, and it also has a lot of healing, pretty much like infinite heals from Fuxi, and also Liam also heals with his S1, and then also cleanse on pretty much everything. Embla cleanses everything. Fuxi cleanses stuns if needed. Yeah, it has everything. Yeah, it's kind of crazy to think that you don't even need sleeps unit anymore, where previously, you know, Hilda was like the go-to sleep unit and you kind of need Hilda, but now with this team you don't even need Hilda because of the disease debuff. Maybe in the future we don't even need to run Elaine, and we can maybe run a disease debuff team and just go for that one, because Elaine, she kind of lacks in damage, but she is the best sleeper right now, and the strategy that we go for is sleeps, but maybe in the future we can replace her. Okay, this is the layout of damage for team 3. Unfortunately, I cannot show you the team 1 and 2 damage. They still didn't fix that yet. Yunchuan, this time around Yunchuan is doing a little bit more damage because I swapped him to the Thunder set. Liam is also doing pretty decent damage, and Fuxi is the second highest DPS in the team. Yeah, it makes no sense. And yeah, this is the runes real quick. My Fatum Sisters is on the Harmony set and Whole Fuzz. So the reason why I'm running Fatum Sisters is for the speed lead and also for the defense up for the entire team, and also for the AP controls, right? The defense up on the entire team helps Donar with his damage because he absorbs defense on your allies. And then Chloe is on the Calamity set, Fiery. Donar is on the Ocean set because you can still proc Ocean abilities from his passive, and any cooldown reduced on his S3 helps him to proc the passive even more, because whenever he casts his S3, he instantly triggers the Thundercrack passive. And Sachiko is on the Ocean set, also on the Whole Fuzz set, so I can add a little bit more defense to my entire team. And then Hilda is on Ocean set pretty fast as well because I need her to land the defense break. She's the only defense breaker in the team, and I also have a Avatara set on her because I want her to, if the boss ever gets out of the sleep phase, then she can counter and put the boss back to sleep. Brewster is on Ocean set, Brawler, A little bit of accuracy was also nice, so that he can defense break and AP control the boss. Tever is on relief set, brawler. My Sienna is on the harmony set. Just give her as much speed as possible and as high accuracy as possible, because I think the boss does exceed 100% accuracy resistance. And then Anki Chai is on ocean set. As much speed as possible, just focus on speed on him. And then Elaine lastly, ocean set with DPS set and as fast as possible as well. A lot of accuracy would be nice. Mine is not that high. I did change my Yunchuan to the thunder set. He has a lot of crit damage. And Liam is on the harmony set and crit damage as well, because because Fuxi does scale with his crit damage on his additional damage. And Haley is on the relief set to help her proc relief on her S1. Her S1 is really good, defense down and molten heart. And then Fuxi is on ocean set. You want ocean set on him because you want the marsh wind effect up at 100% of the time. If he has downtime, it means that your Ambla corrupted seed might linger for a little bit longer, which you don't want to happen. And then Ambla is on the calamity set. Give her 100% crit rate is ideal, but mine is not. And yeah, that's about it. Also, I'm still unsure whether this part of the passive, I know it scales with crit damage, but I don't know if it's based on only his attack, because right here it says up to 100% of the carrier's attack, right? If you read it this way, carrier's attack means that he's the only one that it will depend on. It's only gonna depend on his attack, but I still haven't done the math. I haven't tested out whether it's only his attack or whether it's independent attack. So for example, if Yunchuan was attacking, would it depend on his attack or this guy's attack? If you read it from the passive itself, it means that carrier's attack means him, but the game has a lot of flaws in the text. It might not mean that way. But yeah, I would still build him as a DPS because whenever he performs the pursuit, it means that the carrier's attack means it's him. So you kind of want to have a lot of attack on him as well, so that his additional damage when he performs the pursuit itself will do more damage as compared to a HP build. HP build allows him to survive even better, but as I showed you just now, he doesn't really die. If your team were to die, your DPS were to die first instead of him, because he has a lot of HP, base HP, and the subs that you get from HP will be enough for him to survive before your DPS dies. Your DPS will die first regardless of whether you give him HP stats or attack stats, because your DPS will go with full DPS stats, right, instead of any defensive stats. So yeah, that's it. We did manage to break 100 million damage. That's awesome. Actually, I'm going to show you the Donar comp right here. I'm just going to do one blitz and I'll show you the Donar's damage and Chloe's damage. Okay, there we go. This is a better layout. So Chloe did 2.3 and Donar did 1.6. So in total, this team did about 4.5 million, which is not too bad. And yeah, that's about it. Ciao.